We're going to start in child's pose once you're ready. If you have questions throughout the practice, just unmute yourself, right? And just shout them out. You don't need to like raise your hand or anything like that because sometimes I can't see the screen. So don't be afraid to ask questions as we're going, okay? So child's pose, our big toes together, knees apart wide, forehead down, and just stretch your arms out away from you. So you're equally pressing your hips back towards your heels as you reach your hands further away. And child's pose is your resting pose. So it's really important to remember throughout this practice and future practices that if you ever need a break, you can come back to child's pose. You can skip things, you can modify things, you can rest in child's pose whenever you need to. Now start to connect to your breath, your Ujjayi breath, breathing in and out through the nose, slightly constricting the back of your throat so you can hear the sound of your breath. You're working on making your inhales and exhales a little bit longer because that breath is really what's going to help set the pace of the practice. So as we've talked about in our sun salutations, but even in other poses, we move with our breath. When we inhale, when we exhale, that cues how we move. Keep your legs where they are. Just walk your hands to the right side of the mat and stack your left hand on top of the right. You just feel a little stretch to the left side of your body. And then take it the other way. Walk your hands to the left side of the mat and place your right hand on top of the left. Bring it to center to a tabletop position. So up to your hands and knees now. Hands directly under your shoulders, knees directly underneath your hips. As you inhale, arch your back and gaze up for cow pose. And then as you exhale, tuck your chin in and round your back for cat. So you're trying to create some space in your spine. Inhale as you arch. Exhale as you round. One more time. Inhale to arch. Exhale to round. After that last one, find a neutral spine right in the middle. Take your right arm, lift it up to the ceiling first, open your chest, and then thread the needle. Thread your right arm through the left. Put your head on the ground, walk your left hand straight forward towards the top of your mat. If that feels good and you want to go a little further, you can crawl your left hand a few inches closer to the right side of your mat to twist a little bit deeper. Come back to tabletop position, reset, and switch sides. Peel your left arm up, open your chest, and thread it through. Put your head down, walk your right hand straight forward, and maybe crawl your right hand a little bit to the left side. Good. Back to tabletop position. Back to your hands and knees. Now, opposite arm and leg. Your right arm reaches forward. Left leg extends back. Flex the foot. Connect to your core to try to find your balance here. Good. As you exhale, try to bring your knee and elbow to touch, like a little crunch. Let your back round. And they may not touch, but get them as close together as you can. And then inhale, extend it out and reach. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, you extend it out. Good. One more time. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Now, you can hold here and just work your balance, or you can add a little back bend by bending the left leg, reaching that right hand back, maybe grabbing your left foot and kicking it back. Nice. Stretch it back out. Place it down. Switch sides. Left arm, right leg. Find your balance first. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend it out. Good. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, you extend. One more time. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend, and maybe just hold here for the balance, or bend your leg and grab your foot and kick it back. Left hand to right foot, finding a little back bend. Nice. Stretch it back out. Place it down. And then we'll come into our first downward facing dog. So plant your hands shoulder width, tuck your toes, and lift your hips up. So your feet should be about hips width distance. first down dog, it's always a good idea to walk it out, to bend one leg at a time, stretch your calves, your hamstrings, maybe bend one elbow at a time. You just kind of move around a little bit. And then when you're ready to settle in, you shrug your shoulders away from your ears, press your chest back towards the thighs, and press your heels towards the ground. And they may not reach yet, that's okay. Over time, the heels will get closer to the mat. From here, shift to a high plank position. So in your high plank, shoulders, elbows, wrists stacked, feet still hips width, and your body's in a nice straight line. So your high plank tells you where your hands and feet should be for down dog. Okay, so from here, don't move your hands and feet, but just lift your hips back up and push your chest back towards your thighs. And even though it might be tempting to walk the feet in closer, don't, because this will give you a better stretch. And again, with time, the heels will get closer to the mat. Inhale, shift straight forward to that high plank position. And then exhale, lift the hips and push back down dog. One more time. Inhale forward, high plank. Exhale, down dog. Look forward, walk your feet to the front. Ragdoll, feet stay hips width. Bend your knees a lot and grab opposite elbows. And just let yourself hang here. Maybe shake your head, yes. Shake your head, no. Relaxing your neck. Then you can sway a little bit side to side, shifting the body weight from the right foot to the left foot. Or maybe a little forward and back from the balls of the feet to the heels. Should feel a nice stretch in your lower back. Keep your knees a little bit bent and roll yourself up to stand. Good. When you get up to stand, you're going to lift your arms up. Your right hand is going to grab your left wrist and pull it to the right. So you're just creating a little side body stretch. Good. Then switch. Your left hand grabs your right wrist and pull it to the left. Back to center. Now, interlace the fingers behind the back. If they don't reach and you have a strap or towel, you can hold on to that instead. You can also bend your arms. Feet are hips width. Look up, open your chest. Keep your knees a little bent and start to fold forward with the hands interlaced. So you get that chest and shoulder opening here. Good. Release your hands to the ground. Now, inhale to a flat back. And as you exhale, we're going to step to high plank. Now, this first chaturanga, we're going to modify. So you're going to place your knees on the ground. Hug your elbows in and slowly lower down to the floor. Untuck your toes. Cobra Pose. Cobra Pose is smaller than up dog. You lift your chest and it's just a small back bend. So I just want you to learn this first in case if you need to modify when we go through those sun salutations, you can do this version. Good. Lower down. Push up to your knees to your modified plank. Tuck your toes and then go back to down dog. So that's the modified version of our chaturanga up dog, down dog. We would just do the push-up part from the knees and we'd always do cobra instead of up dog if you need to. Now lift your right leg up, step in between your hands for a low lunge. Drop your back knee on the ground. Untuck the toes, and it might take a couple steps. You can use your hand to scoot your foot up there, so your knees over your ankle, and bring your hands to your thighs. And just sink into this lunge, get a nice stretch in that left hip flexor. Hands can stay on the thigh, or you can lift your arms up and gaze up for a little back bend. Good. Lower your hands to the floor, or you can use blocks if you need to. Half splits, straightening your right leg, flex the foot. Don't sit all the way back on your other foot. Keep your hip over your knee, and then you fold over your right leg. And if your leg's not straight yet, that's okay. You can come up a little higher. You can keep it a little bent if you need to. Good. Now, as you rebend the leg, put your hands down and go back to that high plank. Now, this time you can choose to be on your toes or drop to your knees. Chaturanga Low Push-Up. Hug your elbows in and lower halfway. Then flip over your feet, either for your upward facing dog, a little bit deeper back bend, or your cobra. If you're an up dog, try to get your kneecaps off the floor. So you're pushing through the tops of the feet and your hands, and your legs are really engaged in your up dog. Then you lift your hips and flip back over your feet and go back to your down dog. Other side, lift your left leg up, step in between your hands. Low lunge. Drop your back knee down. Try to get your left knee over your ankle and start with your hands on your thigh. And just sink down into that right hip flexor. Good. If you want to add the arms, lift the arms and gaze up to the ceiling for a little back bend. Lower your hands down, half splits, straightening the front leg, flex that left foot, and then see if you can fold over your left leg, stretching into the hamstring and the calf. Good. Rebend the leg, bring your hands to the ground, step back to high plank position. From the toes or the knees, Chaturanga Low Push-Up halfway down. Then flip over the feet for up dog or cobra, finding your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward, step both feet to the front, this time bringing your feet together. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Fingertips can be on the shins or on the floor. Exhale, forward fold. Now we're going to use that flat back. Reverse swan dive all the way up to stand. And then bring your hands to heart center, Tadasana, mountain pose. Okay, so now we'll do our traditional sun salutation A, Surya Namaskara A. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, lengthen to your flat back. And then as you exhale, plant your hands and step back. Chaturanga, low push-up, hug those elbows in. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And then exhale, you meet back in downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in your down dog. Look forward, step your feet to the front. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. And then exhale, hands to heart center, mountain pose. So that was one sun A. We're going to do it 2 more times just like that. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, flat back. And then exhale, step back. Chaturanga push-up from your toes or your knees. Inhale, up dog or cobra. You choose your back bend. Exhale to down dog. Look forward, step your feet to the front. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more time, last time on our sun A. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step back. Chaturanga, low push-up. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Look forward, step your feet back to the front. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a couple deep breaths, reset here in your mountain pose. You should start to be feeling warmed up, right? That is the purpose of the sun salutations. Now, Surya Namaskara B, sun salutation B, we add in our chair pose and our warrior one. From mountain pose, lift your arms, bend your legs, Utkatasana, chair pose. Knees and feet together, sit your hips back. When you look down, make sure you can see all 10 toes so your knees are not sticking out too far. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen to your flat back. Exhale, step back, Chaturanga. This part's the same, low push-up. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And then exhale back to our down dog. Here's where we add in our warrior one, starting with the right leg. Lift your right leg up. Step it forward between your hands. Always set up your feet first. So back heel pivots flat on the floor. Turn your left foot in about 45 degrees. And then lift your arms up. Warrior one, Virabhadrasana A. Hold it here for a moment. We want our hip bones square to the front, right? Our front leg is bent. That back heel is on the ground and the foot's turned in. So you'll notice warrior one is a shorter stance than say crescent lunge or warrior two, because it's a little bit more difficult to keep that back heel down and square the hips at the same time. Exhale, bring your hands to the floor. Step your way back to your chaturanga. Remember, you can modify on the knees. Inhale, up dog or cobra. down dog. Then we do the other side. We lift the left leg up and take a big step forward. Set up your feet first so you get your balance, right? Set up the feet for warrior one and then lift the arms straight up to the ceiling. And again, just checking in with your form, squaring the hips off, bending into that front leg, and really pushing down into that back heel. Nice. Exhale your hands to the floor. Step your way back. Chaturanga Low Push-Up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Sun B always starts and ends with our chair pose. So we look forward, step the feet to the front, feet together. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, Utkatasana, chair pose. And then from this last chair, we press up to stand, mountain pose, Tadasana, hands to heart center. Okay, we're gonna do it again. This time we're not gonna hold the warrior one as long because we're not gonna explain it as much. Remember, these poses, we're moving with our breath, with our inhales, with our exhales. So if you need to go a little slower than my cues or modify anything, that's totally okay. Inhale the arms up and bend your legs. Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step back. Chaturanga, low push-up. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Lift your right leg up, step it forward. Warrior one, Virabhadrasana A. Back heel is flat, hips square, arms are straight up. Then when you exhale, your hands come right back down and step back. Chaturanga, low push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Other side, lift your left leg up. Step it forward between your hands. Pivot your back heel down. Warrior one, arms straight up to the ceiling. Virabhadrasana A. Nice. Exhale, the hands come to the floor. You step your way back. Chaturanga, low push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Look forward. Step your feet to the front, feet together. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, press to stand, mountain pose. Catch your breath. All right, we did 3 sun A's. We've done 2 sun B's. So let's do one more sun B, our third and final sun salutation for the day. Reach your arms up, bend your legs, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step back. Chaturanga, low push-up. Hug those elbows in. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, down dog. Lift your right leg up and take a big step forward. Warrior one. Pivot your left heel flat, square hips, and lift your arms up. Virabhadrasana A. Exhale the hands to the floor. Step your way back. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Lift your left leg up. Step it forward. Our last warrior one for today. Pivot the back heel down. Lift your arms back up. Virabhadrasana A. Nice. Exhale the hands to the floor. Step back. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Look forward, step your feet back to the front. Feet together. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. And then exhale, stand up, mountain pose. Really nice, you guys. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Stay here in your forward fold. We're going to separate the feet about hips width distance apart. So maybe 6 to 8 inches apart here with the feet. Make a peace sign. Your first 2 fingers grab onto your big toes. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Now, if you can't reach the big toes, bend your knees to help you get your big toes. Otherwise, if you do have the big toes and it feels okay, work towards straight legs. Relax your neck. Elbows out to the side here. Good. Release the toes. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale, step back to your plank position, but this time we're gonna all lower to the floor, all the way down. Good. We're gonna take your right arm out to the side like a T, straight out to the side. Put your right ear on the floor, push into your left hand and roll over to the right side of your body here, stacking the feet, or take this left foot and put it on the floor behind you like a little kickstand. So you're just getting a nice stretch here into the shoulder and the chest. Your neck is relaxed, head on the ground. When we do a lot of chaturangas, we're working those shoulders and triceps, so it's very normal for them to get a little tight, so we always have to stretch them out as well. Then bring it to center. We'll take it the other way. Left arm out like a T. Left ear on the floor. Pushing into the right hand, roll over so you're laying on the left side of the body. You can stack the feet or place your right foot on the floor behind you for that little kickstand. And just notice how this side feels. One side might be different, that's okay. Come back to center and then push back to a child's pose like we started class. Big toes together, knees wide, forehead down. Take a couple deep breaths to reset. When you're ready, we're going to meet in our downward facing dog again. Back to our down dog. And we're going to set up for lizard pose to stretch our hips. So lift the right leg up. Step it out to the outside of your right hand, right at the edge of your mat, and then drop your back knee down. So if it doesn't make it up there, just use your hand, scoot it up there. You want, again, your baby toe, the edge of your foot on the edge of the mat. Your knee is over the ankle. All 5 toes should still be pointing forward. And then your hands are on the inside of the foot, or you come down to your elbows. Or if you have a block, you can also put your elbows on your yoga blocks. Yeah, so you can always adjust it, but you should mostly feel this in the right outer hip. You might feel it a little bit in that left hip flexor as well. And just breathe here, enjoy that stretch for your hips. Then come up to your hands, no chaturanga, just go straight to down dog. Reset in your down dog. And then when you're ready, we'll switch sides. You'll lift the left leg up, step it outside your left hand, put your back knee down. And again, I'd make adjustments if you need to wiggle that foot forward. So if the left knee's over the ankle, all 5 toes point forward, and your foot is touching the edge of your mat. And then your hands or your elbows or your blocks on the inside of that left foot for lizard pose, stretching into that left hip. And come back up to your hands. We'll go back to down dog. Last down dog. So just check in here, right? Notice how it feels compared to the beginning. Maybe compress your heels a little closer to the mat, right? The hamstrings, calves might feel a little bit more open. And step to the front, have a seat. Extend your left leg straight out in front. Take your right foot and try to step it across. If it doesn't reach across, that feels uncomfortable, you could just put your right foot like this on the inside of the leg instead of across, if that's better. We're going to take a seated twist. So your left arm either hugs the leg or try to hook your left elbow to the outside of the thigh. Right fingertips on the floor behind you. Those fingertips are helping you to sit up really tall and then look behind you. So for that seated twist, again, left arm is either hugging the knee or left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. Now, as we untwist, we're going to keep the left leg where it is, but you're going to take your right foot and move it next to the left inner thigh, so the knee is bent. If this feels a little tight or uncomfortable on your knee, move your foot further down towards your calf, right? Otherwise, up a little bit higher. So we're going to fold towards the left leg. Lift your arms up, sit up tall, flex that left foot, and fold over your left towards your knee or your leg. If you have a yoga strap, you can always put your strap around your foot. If you can't reach your foot, right, you can take this like this. Or if you don't have a strap, just grab anywhere on the leg that you can reach. So you should feel a stretch probably in your lower back, as well as the hamstring and the calf. Sometimes people feel a little more in the hips, just depends what area is tighter. Slowly come up and we'll switch sides. So we'll start with the seated twist first. Right leg extended straight. Step your left foot across. If it doesn't reach across, put it inside. And then your right arm either hugs that left knee or hook your elbow to the outside of the thigh. Left fingertips on the floor behind you and really try to sit up tall and lengthen your spine as you come into that seated twist. Now, as you untwist, then we'll take the left foot, place it next to your thigh or your calf. Flex that right foot, sit up really tall, lengthen your spine, and fold over your right leg. Bringing your nose towards the knee or shin, grabbing anywhere you can reach, or using that strap if you have it. Now slowly come up, and then you might have to adjust depending on your room. We're going to open up our legs in a V, so just make sure you have space. Kind of wiggle your legs as far apart as you can. Flex your feet. Take your right hand, if you can reach, grab your right foot. If not, just hold on to the leg, and then take your left arm over your ear. So it's a side body stretch, and you're trying to look under your armpit towards the ceiling. Nice. Take it to the other side. Reach up and over to the opposite side. Then as you come up, now we'll fold forward. So keep your feet flexed with those toes going straight up to the ceiling and start to walk your hands out. May not be a lot. If you're having a hard time just sitting up straight, you might put the hands behind you just to help you sit up really tall. Or it might be like a couple inches, couple feet. If you have the block and your head doesn't reach the floor, sometimes you can just place the block under your forehead, or you might start to get closer to the floor. So wherever you're at, seated straddle split, stretching into your inner thighs, but you'll also feel it a little bit in the hamstrings or maybe the lower back. Again, just depends where your body's feeling it today, where it's feeling tight, but the primary stretch is first the inner thighs. Start to walk your hands in, take your time, shake out your legs and bring them back together. One more seated stretch. So feet together, seated forward fold. The Sanskrit is different than the standing forward fold. Standing forward fold is Uttanasana. Seated forward fold is Paschimottanasana. So legs out straight, feet together. Flex your feet, sit up tall, lengthen your spine first, and then you fold. And again, you can grab a yoga strap or towel, put it around the feet, or just grab your legs, right? Grab anywhere that you can reach to help you fold deeper. Slowly come up, and we're going to roll all the way down onto our backs now. Hug your knees in, gently rock side to side. Maybe draw a couple small circles on your lower back in both directions. From here, keep your right knee hugging into your chest and extend your left leg on the floor. You can interlace the fingers on the right shin and hug your right knee towards your right shoulder. Good. Setting up our spinal twist, open your right arm out like a T and use your left hand now to twist that right leg across your body as close to the floor on the left as you can. And then if it's okay on the neck, turn your head and look towards that right hand. You're equally trying to keep the right shoulder down as you push the right knee down. So again, you might feel it here in your lower back, but you could also feel it in your chest, your shoulder, your hip, all of those areas being stretched. Bring it back to center. Hug both knees back into your chest. Neutralize the spine in between sides. Then we'll keep the left knee hugging in, straighten the right leg out. Interlace the fingers on the left shin and hug your left knee to your left shoulder. Open your left arm like a T. Use your right hand to twist that left leg across your body as close to the floor as you can. And then turning your head, looking over towards that left hand. You can even close your eyes here, just relaxing into our last pose, our spinal twist on this side. Now, as we bring everything back to center, we're going to give both knees one more squeeze. Wrap your arms all the way around your shins and curl yourself up into a tight little ball. Try to bring your forehead up to your knees and give yourself a big hug and then let everything go. Coming into our Shavasana, our final relaxation. So we always end any kind of yoga practice with our Shavasana to help our body absorb all the effects from our yoga practice. So open up your feet wide, just let them fall open. Arms relax alongside you, palms facing up. Try to shrug your shoulders away from your ears to keep your neck long. And as you close your eyes, clear away any thoughts. Take a nice deep inhale through your nose. Exhale all the air out the mouth. So you can let go of your Ujjayi breath that you had at the beginning. And just come into your normal relaxed breathing and let your muscles relax even deeper into the floor. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Start to bring some small movements back into your body. Maybe you draw a few circles with your wrists or ankles, moving them in both directions. Maybe gently moving your head a little bit side to side. Anything that feels good to you. And then when you feel ready, we'll reach the arms overhead, reach the legs long, and create a nice full body stretch, getting as tall as you can. Hug both knees back into your chest and roll over to one side, coming into a fetal position. Keep your eyes closed. Use your hands to help press you all the way up to seated, crossing the legs, sitting up nice and tall, bringing your hands together at heart center in prayer position, Ujjayi Mudra. Then we just take a couple last deep breaths here. Scanning your body, noticing how it feels after today's yoga practice where we focused on the sun salutations. And take one more nice deep inhale through your nose. Exhale all the air out the mouth, letting it go. Lift your hands to your forehead, your third eye center, and bowing forward. Namaste.